What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to talk about number one, compliance, what it looks like when you start a wellness business, to making sure you're compliant. And that doesn't matter if it's IV therapy, if it's aesthetics, if it's peptides, no matter what it is, if it's some type of medical service. We're going to talk about that process to make sure you're compliant. We're also going to jam out. I got some bonuses. We're going to talk about marketing and how to grow your revenue and your sales. And so, first thing I'm going to do is tell you who I am. So my name is Brandon Jones. I am business partners with Heather. Heather's so awesome. And not only are we business partners in this aesthetic buyers club, we work together here, but also I have two locations. I'm here in Texas with Heather as well. And at my Weatherford location, premieriv.com, you can check those out. Heather is our aesthetic injector up there. We partnered up there. She does phenomenal. As well as we have the other location in Amarillo. And more so what I'm going to talk to you about today is on-demand wellness. This is a business that we help RNs, NPs get started, get launched, and deal with compliance. And I'm going to go through that today just to help make sure you can do a self-check on where you're at, or maybe you're looking to launch and you need support. So I'm going to walk through that today, and then we're going to talk about marketing at the end because that's so important. And then if you have questions, just post them below. We just want to provide as much support and guidance for you to all be successful. So this group has been great. We've been loving the start so far and all the positiveness in this group. And so we just thank you and just continue to share this group and help us grow. So let me share my screen here. First thing we're going to talk about is pretty obvious. When you're going to be launching a medical business, IV therapy, wellness business, you're going to need a medical director. Now, the one caveat I'm going to give you, state to state, there's going to be some different caveats. I'm talking about more in general. When I sit down and talk with a nurse or nurse practitioner that's in Florida versus Texas versus Oklahoma, there's going to be some differences. Okay. I'm going to peek on a few of those, but for the most part, in general, this is how it's going to work in every state. Okay. First off, you need a medical director. They're going to state what you can and can't do under their license. Secondly, you're going to need that MD contract, and that's where that's typically written out. Yeah, you can do IV therapy. You can do injections. Or you're a nurse prac and you want to do hormones. That's also where the prescriptive authority agreement comes in. That's really important so that you know what the doctor is saying that you can do under his license. Can you do good faith exams? Can you prescribe all those type of things? Next, this is very important. If you are in a corporate practice of medicine state, like Texas, right? Like most states, typically, you're going to need what's called an MSO or MSA agreement, management service agreement, management service organization. And then what that does is most of these states have requirements on who can own a medical facility. If you're doing Botox fillers, that's considered a medical facility because you're piercing the skin, okay? This legally says how you can get paid. So an MSO agreement or MSA, that's all it does. It just states how you can legally get paid. Technically, you can't get paid for straight medical services, but you can get paid for everything else. Also, the second step to that is most of these states require the money to flow through the doctor. There's multiple ways that we set that up, that you can set that up. But typically, if it's flowing straight to you, you have it improperly set up. It needs to flow through the doctor and then to you. And there's ways to set that up. If you need help with that, let us know. Now, next, obviously, you need a point of sale system. You got to make money. Malpractice insurance policy. We typically recommend $3 million and $1 million as your limits, as well as adding the doctor's additional insured on your policy. Okay, pharmacy, aesthetic accounts, inventory sign up, like these are all important. We have great discounts with our vendors because we do a lot of volume. We have a lot of nurses in our ecosystem, in our program. And so you definitely want to try to partner or get better pricing, because if you just go straight to these companies, typically they're going to start you at the top. And we all know how aesthetic companies work. That's a big reason this group is here and we're doing this, but very important here. Sign protocols by your medical director. That's everything. Everything that you're doing under your doctor needs to be a protocol of how to do it, what's in it, and how the doctor's got to sign off on it, preferably yearly, that they've reviewed it and they say it's still good to go. Okay, this is a big part of compliance here. Obviously, an EMR. You need a HIPAA compliant way to house all your clients, their personal information, do all your charting consents. Your doctor needs access to that because they have to do their requirements on the back end. For example, MPs in Texas, doctors are required to do 10% chart review. All right, good faith exams. This is a big one. Gone are the days of just working off standing orders. There are a couple states that you still can technically do it, but I do not recommend it. Use good faith exams. This is just a pre-approval for that service. Okay, if you're NPs, obviously with the prescriptive authority, you can do this yourself. If you're RNs, you need to have an NP. There's tons of other services that can do that for you. Typically, they're good for a year. Some services like GLP-1s, maybe 3 months at a time. Just depends on the doctor. Medical support. You got to be able to get your medical questions answered. That's so important, right? You still have to have, whether it's about a client or it's about a protocol or whatever. Next, basic city requirements. I always tell everyone, call their local health department in their city. See if there's any specific requirements for you if you're mobile or if you have a location. Then also, typically in these states, you want to have some type of poster up about your doctor, their information, the medical board information if they need to call for any reason. And then look at state requirements as well, especially if you're over in the aesthetic side. Like Texas has the Texas Department of Licensing Registration, TDLR, DART. That is important in Texas. If you have estheticians that are doing certain esthetician services, you have requirements. Like we have to pay a yearly fee. It's not much. It's like $60 per location. And then you have requirements at your location, and they actually do inspections. We had one last year. They're not hard to pass, specific on like cleaning and how things have to be set up and flooring. So make sure you're checking your state for local regulations for med spas or wellness clinics. That's important as well. Now, this is just a quick, easy bonus here. If you're mobile, typically, now, I'm going to talk about IV therapy and then aesthetics. So mobile IV therapy, injections and whatnot, IV poles, pulse ox, blood pressure cuffs. Your iPad makes it very easy for your clients to see your charting versus just your cell phone. Mini fridge to store your supplies that are cold. Secured, you got to have a secured location to put everything else. You just don't want it out around your house. Have like either cabinets that lock, a bedroom that locks, wherever you're going to put this stuff. Obviously, marketing material, backpack case, or a Pelican case is great to transfer this stuff if you're mobile. Now, if you're mobile and you're an injector, okay, again, look at your state requirements. But as a mobile injector, you definitely want as much as you can get a secure table that you can take, or chair, whatever you're going to use to you're injecting. Most of the rest of this is going to be the same as far as needs and what you want to have. Okay. Now, things that are beneficial. Now, these are things that we actually offer in our program. Training, embodiment education, weekly business coaching. We do that in our online nurse community. Our Telegram group is for medical questions. So this is where all of our nurses are at and they get their medical questions answered. But they also see other nurses' medical questions. Marketing, Canva templates, we have a ton of those in our online group. And then a supportive nurse community. We have a great nurse community that not just get our support, but they get each other's support. Now, that was the compliance medical side. Okay, I'll do one fast review. Okay, you need your medical director, your MD contracts, prescriptive authority if you're an MP, MSO, MSA contract. Okay, that's very important. Corporate practice of medicine states, money flow through the doctor in majority of those states, not all, but most of them. Point of sale system, malpractice insurance policy, pharmacy accounts, aesthetic accounts, inventory sign up, signed protocols by your doctor done yearly, EMR, good faith exams, very important for compliance. You need to have medical support, check your local city. And this is a big one right here. Remember, state to state, there's compounding requirements. Some states allow nurses to mix RNs and NPs, some of them don't. It's very important to know that because you do not want to be illegally compounding. Does your state require a doctor NP on site? There are a couple that are pain in the butt. And so telehealth requirements, some of them, especially for you MPs, allow just on the phone. Some of them have to be in person. Your doctor distance, is there a requirement to the distance of your doctor? And does your doctor have a specific license? Those are all things that can be different state to state. Okay. All right. Let's jam out on the marketing. This is one of my favorite areas to talk about. Number one, most of you are, if you're in this group, you're into aesthetics, right? You're into beauty. Social media is how you are going to show what you do. And it's so important because consumers look at what you do and they think, I want to look like that. Like I want to get rid of my 11s, my crow's feet, whatever. Like they look at that and they want to see your work. You want other people talking about your work as well. So as much as you can do testimonials before and afters and try to use clean pictures, nice pictures. You can use the exact same picture. And if one of them is very clean, one of them is like just not the best picture, most times people are going to swipe on by because they want to see clean, good pictures. And you can get good pictures with your iPhone. You just need good light. Social media, you always need to be putting stuff out. You need to be educating. Educate people on your services. That is huge. We're consumers. We don't know a lot. We don't know what you know. You have to educate us on lip fillers, like why, what it does, how you did it, how it's going to help me. Same thing with all your other services you do. So that's number one, social media. Put your work out there, not just on your business page, but on your personal page. Here's a self-check for you. Go to your personal page. If I go look at your personal page and I don't see your work on your page, I don't see, okay, Brandon Jones, if he's a nurse injector, I need to know nurse injector, right? Or wellness location, like something that shows me, and then mix in family pictures with business pictures. More people know you from your personal profile most of the time. They may not know you even have a business page. So link the business page to your personal page. Share business stuff on your personal. I encourage you to do that because more people need to know what you do. So tell everybody what you do. You always start with your internal network, which is your friends, your family. Then you try to get in their network. That's how you start the funnel and get to more people. All right. Business connections, local business connections. The area that you serve. If you know business owners in your area and they have your potential ideal clients, you want to tap into that. You want to go meet with other business owners. Maybe it's a massage therapist. A big one I can tell you that is underserved, hairstylist. Go get to know your hairstylist. Every one of you that probably use some type of hairstylist right now, okay? You probably have a very good relationship with them. They talk to mostly females and they know them very, very well. My wife still drives 5.5 hours to get her hair done where we used to live in Amarillo, where my other location is. She still drives back every so often to get her hair done because she's been doing her hair for like 15 years. She's like, I'm not changing. Like, I love her. Anyways, so it's great to get into them and get referral relationships. Maybe they get some cheaper services because they're referring you people. And those are females who care about their appearance. They care about beauty. And that's a great relationship to get into. So test that one out. All right. Look for business relationships like that where you can get in front of people. You can make connections with businesses, and whether it be with aesthetics, IV therapy, weight loss, whatever it is, so that you can get these relationships and get more business. Okay. Local events, that kind of goes with the business a little bit, but local events is where you go set up. You may not be doing like Botox on the site or whatever, but the goal is to get more people in front of you. You need to talk to people. You need to get their name, their emails, and their phone numbers. It's so important for you to get these items so that you can put them in your database. Whether you have a CRM, customer relations management, if you don't know what that is, you need to go YouTube it right now. Okay, this is where you house all your clients. You can text them, you can email them, you can call them, all that. You can continue to follow up with them. So local events is so you get your name out there, but then also so you can meet people and then get to know you and how you can help them by educating them. Okay. Obviously, having a website is very important. Okay. You need to have a website that has your stuff out there. A Google My Business profile. So important. If you don't know what that is, just go to Google, search anything, search IV therapy business. You're going to see on Google, these businesses pop up. You're going to see that on the side over here, it's going to have like a little bit of description, their name, their address, their phone number. That's their Google My Business profile. You can go on YouTube, you can watch a video, follow it, get that set up. That is huge because that's how people will find you on Google. And you want to get Google reviews, right? Lots of Google reviews is great for your business, and doing SEO on Google as well. Again, go look at a YouTube video. Okay, last thing here, paid advertising. This one can be tough because there's a lot of marketing agencies out there, and some of them are good, some of them are not good. But this is something that you can very easily learn yourself too if you have the bandwidth and the time. Testing things at $10 a day, $15 a day is something that is not like, it's great to test. Marketing is just testing. And I want to give you a quick example. Let me pull it up here. I think this would be great for you to see. Let me stop sharing for a second, and I'm going to pop into our nurse community, and I want to show you an example. So in our nurse community, we provide a lot of resources for our nurses. Okay, let me share here with you. So when you are doing, go back here, share screen, classroom. Okay, so you should be able to see in my school group right now. In my school group, this is for all of our nurses. They have access to here, and we have so many great resources for them, like fitness and nutrition templates. They pop in here. They have all these templates. They can download them, all these resources. But what I want you to see is when you get into like social ad creatives, we have ad templates for tons of things. Like this is where you test different ads for, let's say you were going to do neurotoxin, right? You could go in here. It's going to pop you over into Canva. And then these ads are already done for you. You can run these ads yourself, right? It gives you everything that you need. So things like this are important. And if that may not have popped you over, that didn't pop you over, I will unshare and reshare so you can see that. Okay, stop. Let me reshare. Okay, screen. There it is. Okay, so this is what I just popped up so you can see it. So whether you're going to do paid ads or you're going to get out in the community, the main thing here I want you to understand is you have to market. You have to continue marketing. So important. Okay. All the time. We never stop marketing. When you market, you find things that work and you start to see your revenue climb. Okay. Following up, retention is huge. Following up with clients is huge. You have to do that. But as you continue to market, when you fall off of marketing, you may still be doing this, but then you're going to see this level and then you're going to see it start going down. All right. So go back. Okay. Watch this video again. Just to recap on marketing, your local network, messaging people you know, messaging, getting in their network, getting on social media. One I forgot to talk about was local Facebook groups. That one is huge. Get in local Facebook groups, get known, educate, help people become known as the local Botox girl or the local aesthetics person or IV therapy person. That is really important. You want people tagging you in those groups. When somebody says, hey, I want IV therapy. Hey, I want to get my lips done, or I need help with my wrinkles, whatever. You want people tagging you in those posts. So next, local businesses, local events, paid advertising, and that could also be Google advertising. So I hope this helps. If you need support on any of this stuff I talked about today, please reach out to me, reach out to Heather, On Demand Wellness. Not only do we help with, the medical director, that entire piece I talked about, but some of you already have medical directors and you're like, man, I don't have the compliance. I don't have the setup. We have compliance help that we can help with that, compliance packs and different things. So we also have different memberships for our group that I just showed you if you want to be involved in that. So I hope this helps. Please, please, please ask questions below. If you don't want to ask them below, you can shoot me a DM. Love to help you. Other than that, everybody have a great day.